What up, my people? It's your boy Leo. I'm here with Ray, and welcome to another episode of Roll Up and Wrestle. Also, don't forget, we will be live tonight at 11 p.m. Enjoy the show.
All right, Bootsy made its way back to our show. Bootsy Collins, everybody. Bro, you look dead.
I'm fine.
You look dead.
I'm fine.
All right, he said he's fine, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the news. Blah, 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 blah. That's how I feel about it right now. Because there's a lot of stuff written in here that I feel like we can actually, for once, talk about and not just report it. So, start off with Roman Reigns still not being mentioned on TV.
Sweater ratings are low.
Vin. Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez talked about a New Japan movie. It's called My Dad is a Heel Wrestler. It's Tanahashi working as a heel and Okada as the big baby face. Should we watch it or not?
I'm not watching it.
All right, we're not wasting time on that, are we? Becky Lynch will be in an upcoming Marvel movie. I believe she'll be the first female to move to Hollywood from WWE. How do you feel about that?
I'm not surprised. She's the biggest star they have in the women's division. It's a major move for her career. You need something after wrestling. And I'm trying to figure out what movie is she doing anyways.
So am I. I'm trying to figure out what Marvel movie she might be in. Then Ozark actor, after watching Billionaires, now wants her on the show. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of good things coming her way after her performance on Billionaires.
She might be going that direction. I don't blame her.
You know, I read a tweet that said it was horrible, that her performance was really bad, but yet, if an actor from Ozark, a Netflix show, very popular Netflix show, by the way, is saying that they want her on the show, now I gotta check this out.
Yeah, I'll give it a try myself.
Kevin Owens is still out with an ankle injury, and Jimmy Uso is still out with an injury.
Yeah, Uso's done for 9 months.
After just coming back, too, right?
Well, he got injured in that ladder match, the three-way dance. You know, the other partner was left home. But he's out for 9 months. Kevin Owens is out for a couple more weeks. You should see Robbie Owens in about 2 to 3 weeks on TV again.
All right. WWE is allowing fans to be in their shows in the next couple weeks.
Money gotta be made.
If Florida's gonna open up, you might as well, right?
Might as well take advantage.
Might as well take advantage. Fox Sports wrote an article about why the New Day is named the greatest faction.
Nobody listens to Fox about wrestling.
Well, how do you feel about the New Day being named the greatest faction by WWE?
They're trying to make them the greatest tag team of all time. They're almost there. They just need like a couple more title reigns and they got it. They want to put them as that team. I'm cool with it. I like the three guys together. They've been over for how long now? It's impressive.
It really is, with all the pancakes and cereal and
like come on.
The trumpet.
They're serving pancakes and cereal down people's throats like it's beer and stuff. You're in. You're obviously in if you could do that.
Yeah, they're amazing, but their in-ring work too is just as impressive as their mic skills. I do believe that New Day is probably trying to go down that path of the greatest tag team in WWE history, but outside of that ring, that's up for debate.
Well, yeah, a lot of WWE teams don't compare to the teams outside of their region, but they're still a good team.
Dolph Ziggler on his Money in the Bank cash-in said, it wasn't me cashing it. It was an entire fan base getting behind someone who they could tell had it. who they could tell could put the time in, and who they could tell was getting the shaft left and right backstage. How did you feel about when Dolph cashed in that night?
Well, one, it was about damn time because he held the briefcase the longest. Um, it was a special night. It was the night he deserved. The pop was amazing. He was at that time in his prime one of the best wrestlers in the business. But I've always felt he was always treated he was always unappreciated with his work. Company never like gave him another chance after the concussions and stuff. Once you get injured with the title or about to win the title, Vince just cuts you off. New toy gotta be used. So with Ziggler, I'm not surprised. Get a little universe on your side. Still a good wrestler.
Do you believe he deserved a longer title reign, or?
I believe so, but the injuries were a major part of that situation.
You remember Hugo? I think I might be pronouncing his name wrong now.
The Spanish commentator.
Yes, the Spanish commentator. He says wrestling needs to be respected, and we have a time to think about business. If it's time for you to say goodbye, then make sure you do it in a way that benefits whoever's on top and whoever is going to be the main event in your next show. Does this sound like Hugo is about to call it a quits?
Sounds like it. Or he's probably sending out a message to all the elderlies too, like, "Look, your time is up. Like, stop it. It's not looking good." It's a smart move, but if it is him, then he's been there for at least over 30 years. At least.
He's amazing. He was really amazing on the commentary. Remember that WrestleMania match? I forgot. Oh, the triple threat we just finished watching.
Oh, he told
Triple H not our table to use the German table. Use the German table. He was great. Mandy Rose put out an interesting quote. She was on the Chris Van Vliet show, and she was asked about how she got into wrestling. And she said, "To be honest, I didn't really watch wrestling growing up. I grew up with 3 older brothers, and we constantly were wrestling, obviously. That's why I've always been so tough. They joke around about that actually now because they're always like, we always knew you were going to beat someone, because of the way I was. I was crazy. But yeah, I didn't really watch it that much. Of course, me and my brothers would watch here and there. We were big fans of The Rock and Hulk Hogan and stuff, but I really didn't sit and watch. Like, I don't remember watching it that much. So it was when I got involved later in my life, and an ex of mine, actually my ex-fiance, he was the one that got me really involved in it because he was really big supporter. And he was like, you can do this. You can be like the next Trish Stratus. And I was like, when someone tells me that, and then I start Googling and YouTubing and watching, and I'm like, yeah, I could do this. And it was weird how it all came about. But yeah, he definitely got me into it.
No one cares because she looks good on TV. I could care less if she knows anything about wrestling because there's some guys that don't know their wrestling stuff either. Goldberg is successful. Doesn't give 2 cents about the company. And you know it. So it's possible. Mandy Rose is going to be their female version of it.
Yeah, she has like this presence about her that just makes you like just glue your eyes onto the television set. That just makes you want to watch her. I'm not saying that she's a bad wrestler, but I'm not saying she's the best wrestler. But there is definitely something about Mandy that makes you want to watch her. Whether it be her looks or it be her in-style ring.
It's because it's there. You could tell. Like, yeah, she's a bikini pro champion, whatever. She looks good in a bikini, but her looks on the TV, it's already a given. Like, she shines over everyone without trying. Like, everyone could come out, and when she comes out, you could just see it. Like, okay,
she has that it factor.
This is the one they're going after. This is the one they're going to put the whole division around. And I won't be surprised. I've seen, Vince has done it every time.
It's going to be interesting to see where she's at in like a couple of years from now. It's going to be fun to watch.
I want to see after what happened Friday when Sony gave it a whipping. That should be good.
You remember Jordan Miles,
I've heard of him.
aka ACH from ROH?
The one that was spazzing on Twitter.
Yes. So on Submission Squad podcast, he has now apologized and taken full responsibility for his social media outtake of last year. He said, and I quote, "I had a meltdown in front of the entire world. I broke down in front of the entire world. I said so much stuff, and if I was to go back and take it all back," he stops, "it really sticks to me. I went from working my dream job, providing for myself. I was finally at a space in my life that I worked for to where I was starting to feel comfortable. I sacrificed a lot of pro wrestling, and I don't expect anything back. But I made a lot of sacrifices. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm embarrassed. This is something that I'll never be able to shake off."
Took him long enough. Took him long enough to finally apologize. Acting a fool with your Twitter fingers. Letting it all out. I'm glad he's trying to clear the airwaves. Go back to his normal self. That's good for him.
He was really good. He's really good in the ring. That meltdown was definitely a bad look for him. Definitely hurt his career. He definitely, like you said, it's something he's not going to be able to shake off. But if he puts in the hard work and in the time, I believe everyone will eventually forgive him and move on from it.
Yeah, people forget. I mean, obviously people will bring it up. But then after that, it'll be like a quick talk. It'll be like, oh, okay. And
yeah.
You just mentioned his matches and stuff.
And that's all. Jeff Cobb. We all remember Jeff Cobb making an appearance in AEW that one night. A couple times maybe, I believe. Yeah. He spoke about it. He said, January 1st, his contract expired with ROH. He wants to stay and work with ROH. He believes in the company and their direction. He took the opportunity when it came up, and he felt like it was good for both parties. He also said that during my time being exclusive to ROH, he missed the people that he saw every weekend. There are pros and cons of being exclusive and non-exclusive. Eventually, I'm going to settle down. That was on the ROH Strong podcast. So where do you see Jeff Cobb eventually signing to?
He'll probably go with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor probably give him a nice little title run and stuff, something to keep people around because they're losing everybody by the minute. So I see Jeff Cobb staying with Ring of Honor. Give him a little title run.
Jeff Cobb, yeah, I can see him staying in Ring of Honor. Yeah, I should definitely see him having that title run with the belt. Right now, ROH is getting kind of packed with big men. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to pull off too many big men in the ring, in the company at the same time. Because how can you have...
Too late. They had an old man win their title not too long ago. So Ring of Honor is in desperate mode. They're going to do every type of thing possible. So if two big men got to wrestle, two big men
Well, no, I'm not talking about two big men got to wrestle in ROH. I'm talking about AEW. I'll say in the sense that, yeah, I can see him staying in ROH and going to ROH and doing well there for the time being because AEW is packed with big men at the moment. And there are too many big men. You can't feed everybody. You can't feed everybody. You can't push everybody. There's a certain amount of people you can push and you can feed. So him staying away from that company for now is going to be good for him. But in the long run, I would definitely like to see Jeff Cobb in AEW. I would like to see Cobb versus Lance Archer. I would like to see Cobb versus Brody Lee. Warlord is someone new on the scene that really no one really watched or has heard about. But I know in the long run, him and Jeff Cobb will and can get busy in the ring. That's what I believe about that
one. I don't know to say. AEW.
Moose was talking to PW Insider, and he has said that he brought a dead company back to life. He invites Doc Gallows, Ken Anderson, and Eric Young to come wrestle him for the TNA title. Think it's a good move?
No. But I know they're going with the belt thing for a while and TNA itself. So I guess they'll do TNA versus Impact. some nonsense like that. Have their own version of war games. I could see that. Either way, Tessa is still the Impact champ, so I guess they'll do Moose versus Tessa, or who knows what Impact will do. Whatever it is at the time, Impact TNA.
TNA Impact.
Who knows? Who knows what they'll do? Who knows? Them two will come out as the champions, and then as soon as the match is over, you saw 4 other guys, and one of them is the champion. You're like, where were they in the entrances? Where were they? That's how TNA rolls. But I mean, if Moose wants to feel proud that he run the TNA title back, cool. I mean, Tessa couldn't make it. They wanted to use a champion, so they told Moose, catch the flight back, bring the belt, and do your thing.
Yeah, I do feel like nostalgic. That's what it is. It's nostalgic. It's nostalgia. There's a word that has that in it. That it is what it is that I'm looking for in my brain. But that's what TNA is about. That's what people love. People love the old stuff to bring back for a while. So it's like it gives them that yes, I remember how great TNA used to be.
Yeah, but they don't have that talent.
No, they don't. Impact doesn't have that talent at all. No, they don't. But maybe Moose wrestling somebody from TNA that was good, that is still out there, it might work. I don't know about it. Facing Ken Anderson, I don't think that would be a good idea. When's the last time you ever seen him wrestle?
I don't even recall.
Doc Gallows, also known as Luke Gallows. Yeah, he had a stint in TNA, but he's in a tag team with Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun. I don't see that happening. Maybe Doc might do it if the money's right. He might do the one-on-one challenge. It could be okay. It could be all right. Would I personally do it if I was him? Not really. Then you have Eric Young. Eric Young was in TNA for quite some time.
I could see that.
I could definitely see Eric Young in Moose.
They did the whole Daniel Bryan story for him.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
Yes, I could definitely see maybe Eric Young and Moose. That looks like a good matchup for the two to have. If I'm going to book it in a way where you're trying to bring these eyes to the product. But man, that undercard has to be good.
Good luck.
Got to be good. Moving on, Matt Riddle on the backstage heat that apparently he has. Listen to what Matt Riddle has to say. And I already know, I think I know where you're going to go. So, he's quoted by Wrestling Inc. He says, I was in Vince's office 3 weeks ago before this thing broke out. I was in the headquarters talking to him. And yeah, we mentioned the heat I have with certain people. But at the end of the day, he signs the checks. He makes it happen for me. And they're in control, not the talent.
Amen.
So he still has the tag team titles. He's got a new tag team partner with Timothy Thatcher, which when they do break up, and I think they will, they're going to have phenomenal matches.
They definitely will. I like what Matt Riddle said. Who cares about what they say? You got hate with me? Cool. Keep hating. Plain and simple.
Yeah, he also said that people don't know how to take a joke or a work and a concept.
He should have just said Goldberg. That's who it really is. They showed. I've seen the video. Goldberg approached him about everything, and Matt was just like, "Okay, bro." And Goldberg's like, "I'm not your bro. You got it, bro." Like, who cares what you say? Exactly. You're not the person writing my check. Sorry, you can't less what you gotta say.
And Matt Riddle has MMA experience. He is a experienced UFC fighter. The only reason why he couldn't cut it out was because he couldn't stop smoking. So we don't know how truly gifted he is as a fighter.
He's good, man. They ain't nothing wrong with hitting them clouds one time. Or a couple times. Who knows?
But I definitely love what he said. I love the fact that he brung out that he talked to Vince about it. It doesn't seem like Vince or Triple H has any heat with him for the backstage altercation between him and whoever it was backstage, between him and Goldberg, him and Lesnar. I think Lesnar might have felt a little disrespected. I can see that happening. I can understand why Lesnar would feel disrespected about the situation. Like I'm the main guy right now. I'm the guy who's really ranking in the bigger checks. So have at least some respect. But at the same time, I can understand why Matt Riddle would do it. It's great. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. He did it. He didn't do it in private neither. He did it out in public so he can gain interest from the fans of wanting the match. And I think the fans would want the match.
About Goldberg and Riddle?
No, we're not talking about Goldberg and Riddle. I was talking about Lesnar and Riddle. Pay attention, my guy.
All right, relax.
Matt Hardy's in-ring debuts on Wednesday.
Jobber match.
It's him and who is it? Him and Kenny Omega versus
the tag team match.
Yes, versus the Elite Sex Gods of Jericho and Sammy Guevara. That should be fun to watch.
Sounds cute.
WWE is bringing back AJ due to ratings. Dave Meltzer noted that WWE was supposed to keep AJ away longer, but it seems like due to the ratings, they're bringing him back. This was on Sunday's night main event podcast. You see AJ coming back as a face or a heel?
As a heel. I think he's next in line. I think he is going to take the title from McIntyre. So if the briefcase it is, so be it. But he's going to be the guy to take the title from Drew, in my opinion.
I like that. I like that idea a lot. Sounds good. I think my idea of
because if you want him to go face, then you want Rollins with the title, unless you go with the switcheroo and turn Drew heel during the title run after being a face. If that's the plan, if they want to make AJ go face, but I like AJ as a heel. But it's all on Vince.
And on his vision of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of the whole Buddy Murphy with the briefcase and then Seth coming out. If they were going to keep AJ away for much longer, that would have been a nice long-term booking plan. So that way, when Seth cashes in the briefcase on McIntyre, you can have AJ come back as a face and then take it from Seth.
Yeah, but don't forget, you still have Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have Samoa Joe as a heel coming in and facing AJ Styles for the title. You can do the face versus face match of Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. You can pull that off.
You still have Brock.
Brock can come in as their angry. It doesn't matter what Brock comes in as. Brock comes in as Brock. So we all know once Brock comes in, it doesn't matter who has that belt. He's coming for it. He's going to hunt them down. Face or heel does not matter. Brock will somehow eventually have that title come WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that's why you can never know what they're going to do. It's too much good talent to then worry about just three of them in particular.
All right. Well, last but not least, happy birthday, Orange Cassidy. You know he's the only one with his own TNT commercial.
How old is he?
Orange Cassidy? I think he might have. I'm gonna throw out a guess, and I'm gonna say 27, and that's the guess I'm going with. Let's find out right now. Just give me a second as I look it up. Orange Cassidy is 35.
Wow, you're a good friend.
Way off.
Such a good friend.
Way off.
You almost gave him a whole decade off.
Almost did. But he's good. He's good. I like him.
Yeah, he's a nice spot for the show.
He's different. He's like something like something you don't see on wrestling.
That is true.
You don't see that in wrestling. It's good. It's good to watch something different for once.
I give it to him. I can't complain. He can wrestle too, so I can't even say it's just a gimmick.
Yeah, we all see him get busy with Pac.
Yeah, that's the match I'm thinking about.
That was a good match. Well, that's all the time we have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, click the subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. Any comments or thoughts of the episode? Just leave them in the comments below. We will read them, and we will answer them to the best of our ability. Thank you guys for tuning in, and always remember, there's never anything wrong with a roll-up in wrestling.